Good morning, guys, and welcome. My name's Connor. This is Hotheads Media. We are your information specialists. We bring you the latest and greatest from our dynamic industry, keeping you updated each week on anything relevant in our industry. So what a week it's been. What a weekend we've had here at Men's Grooming Company. We've been shooting with LaMonica like yesterday. We've been prepping all week. This is an accumulation of a year's work, and it seems a bit surreal, really, that I've come in on a Monday morning and it's all done with. Now, this show actually nearly didn't happen today because I am absolutely exhausted. I was up late last night. I've been up late every day this week working on this collection, making sure everything's perfect. We had 10 models, 8 stylists, 2 educators, videographer, photographer, social media person. The whole team was in over the weekend, so it was mad. It was great. We got some amazing images. So I'm really, really pleased, really happy. But again, it all seems a bit surreal. But like I say, I've got a commitment to you guys to get some news out. But I'm only going to do a bit of a shorter show today just to get some relevant stuff out and cover what we did at Men's Grooming Company over the weekend. So I hope you guys have all had a blessed week. We're going to cover some hair anatomy in the Pro Tools 101 today as well, so make sure you stay for that. And then I've got a couple of questions that I was asked last week that I said I would cover on the show, so I'm just going to get them out as well. So let's get on to it then, and the first thing we're going to get into is Men's Grooming Company. So like I say, we had a shoot. We hired LaMonica for the weekend. Now, if you don't know who LaMonica is, he is a fantastic photographer. He works within the hairdressing and barbering industry, and he's been building up his clientele over the last few years. And I've been admiring his work, and I thought, do you know what? It's about time I pulled the plug, and it's about time I got him down here to Coventry. So he came down here yesterday, brought his whole setup, and we have a team of about 10 of us here, 10, 12 of us, but we had 8 of our staff members shooting. They're the ones who've been with us for like a year. We've been prepping these models for a year, like I say. So we've done 2 collections yesterday, which is completely unheard of. Nobody really ever does 2 collections unless they're the same models, but we had 8 different models. We had an Afro collection and we had a classic black and white collection. I can't pick which one's stronger. They're both amazing. The lads did really, really well. You know, I'm really, really proud of them. So it's been an amazing weekend. Like I say, it's mad that it's all done with now, but yeah, I hope we get some great images. You know, you might see them in Modern Barber, Barber Evo. We're going to enter some competitions this year with them. That's what this is all for, guys. You know, when you want to elevate your career to the next level, you need to be not spending out the big bucks, but you have to make sure you put your money into the right places. So we spent out on the photographer. We didn't actually have to spend on any models, but because it's taken us so long to like get these models together, that's an accumulation of like many free haircuts, a lot of time, a lot of persuasion to get them here, showing them clothes, you know, like we had to put the clothes together, jewelry, you know, everything. You know, it takes a lot of work to prep this, but I promise you, if you put the hard work in, you will get the results at the end of the day. So obviously, we were talking about me going out on the front cover of Modern Barber January to March edition. So we were trying to like roll off this. So that's obviously me on the front cover, you know, yep, great, amazing. So what we'll do now is we'll go over and we'll have a look at some of the stories just so you guys have an insight into what we did here at Men's Grooming Company over the weekend and see if it interests you. And then going forward, if anyone wants any advice on running a photo shoot or anything, you can always hit me up and I'll do what I can. So view story. Hopefully we've got some internet connection. Just going to pause that for a second because I know that music's going to get me banned on YouTube. I'm not going to be able to show it in many places, but these are our models all putting up images within the shop. Honestly, it was a great day. Really, really buzzing in here it was. You know, we had so many people turn up and it was just incredible. Real buzz in here it was. you know, there was a lot more people turn up than I expected as well. So we had people ironing clothes in the background. You know, that's for our t-shirts. We had t-shirts made up with Insight. We want to say a big thank you to sponsoring that Summer, who's one of our baristas. You know, it was just incredible. Look, with social media, guys, you know, and here I'm just going to show you now, I'm going to show you now a video that was taken yesterday by Dan Lord, who is a professional videographer. He works with many people within the industry, and this is literally just the first video that's come out. So this is by Lorraine Matic, who is, she works with Insight. She's one of my connections at Insight, along with Kerry. And I met Julie for the first time yesterday, who's an educator, and I'm going to be doing some courses if you're interested in Malvern Hills with her this year. One of them's I'm Not a Barber, which is going to be a transition to from hairdressing into barbering, and the other one's going to be freestyle patterns. So if you're interested in patterns, so I met all of them yesterday, and then this was like the first video we've got from the shoot. So that was it basically. So that was something I put together with my team over the last year. It was a lot of work, and you got a kind of snippet of some of the images there. You know, we won't be releasing the whole thing until later through the year and entering some awards. But honestly, it was a great day. We really seen the value where we spent the money. And again, it's a bit surreal that it's all over now, but the reason we did that is because we want to now go and enter like something like the Modern Barber Awards, which is some of the biggest awards within the barbering industry. So their competitions are still entry, and I think their deadline is 18th of. Oh, so this will be held on the 18th of May, but I think their deadline is February the 21st. That's the last date you can enter these competitions, and they have like Best Barber, Trend Image, Best Business Leader, Best Salon, Best Team. So now we've been doing these things. We're going to go and we're going to enter these this year, and all of my staff now have they have images that they can go and enter and be proud to enter, and it's going to represent me and the shop and them well. So yeah, never know, you might see us in some finals this year. So One Shot is another one to enter. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult. I've tried to enter this a few times. It's been a right nightmare. So I wanted to share this video with you, and this is how to enter the 2025 One Shot Hair Awards. There'll be some great winners through the years, and you know, so here. Let's play this.
Before you enter the 2025 One Shot Hair Awards, watch this because the rules and processes have changed. Start by heading to the One Shot site at our link in bio and click the menu on the left-hand side of the screen. Click sign in or create an account and enter your credentials or use Google Login. Then you'll be taken to the info page. Enter your handle and your number of followers until you reach the bottom. Check the boxes if you've been previously nominated, agree to terms and conditions, and you'll be able to stay up to date with the latest One Shot news. Click save changes and check out the hashtags for 2025. And you know what that means. Head to Instagram and get your entries posted. Once finished, head back to the site. Use the menu to access the 2025 entry form. Then simply click the category you wish to enter, add your photos in, paste the link from the Instagram post with your photos, and that's it. For Big Shot collections, you are now only allowed to enter 3 images. Repeat the same process for one collection and paste the Instagram link to that collection in the box. When you're done, just press submit. You'll automatically get an email from us confirming your submissions, and if you need to edit them at any time, you can do so on the site. Good luck, and be sure to read the FAQ in the caption.
So that seems a lot easier than the last time they did it. When we used to have to do it the previous years, you used to go and get like a hashtag downloaded and then upload it and make sure the hashtag was on the page. And if you didn't have the One Shot logo on there, it didn't work, and it was a right nightmare anyway. So that sounds a little bit easier. So hopefully, you get your entries in. So Hair by Daryl, which is Daryl Starkey, another Coventry lad. Obviously, we're doing bits this year in 2025. He's been in the finals of like Trend Image, finals of the Most Wanted, you know, like he's incredibly talented. And he's teaming together with Richard Miles Photo, which is a photographer, and they've created a workshop to give you the opportunity to create your image to enter into awards like the British Hair Dressing Awards and the Most Wanted. So let's play this.
Have you ever thought about being a British Hairdressing Award finalist for Trend Image or the Creative Head Awards Hair Trend Image? Then I have something for you. On Sunday the 16th of February and Monday the 17th of February at SC1 Studios in London, Richard Miles will be presenting his brand new workshop, Trend Image Mastery. What is the Trend Image Mastery? Well, let me tell you. For the investment of £875 plus that, you will get to work alongside Richard Miles, the photographer, who has won over 70 British Hairdressing Awards for the imagery he's produced, a clothes stylist and a makeup artist to produce your image. I will also be popping in to help you guys with any hair-related questions. As you can see from the images I'm about to show, working with Richard, we were able to produce some incredible images. For your investment, you will receive one fully retouched image from Richard. You'll also be provided with a light buffet lunch to keep your energies going throughout the day. So what are you waiting for? Join Richard and the team in February at SC1 Studios, where you can take your career to the next level and maybe you'll be the next award winner.
So that sounds amazing. When you do workshops like this, it's not just about the workshop, it's the experience you gain when you do things like this. You know, they're invaluable, and honestly, like that's actually a really good price to go and get the experience of Daryl, get the experience of Richard Miles. You know, you're going to learn so many lessons on that. So you know what, if you've got some extra change this year and you really want to invest in your portfolio, and like he said, if you want to get into the finals of the Trend Image for the British Hairdressing Awards, which me and him both have, something like that is going to be like pivotal to your career and taking that next step up. And they're amazing guys to work with, so you know, why not go and do it? If you do, let me know. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. So that's the phone shop going already. You know, sorry, I can't do much about that, but life moves on. So Josh LaMonica and the profile guy, which is Chris Foster, they I've got 70% off the International Barber in Education program at the moment. So the offer ends in January the 31st. This is absolutely incredible. I've been on this firsthand. I was on this last month. So it's just unbelievable. It really takes your career to the next level. It really, really does.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Josh LaMonica here, and I'm in Chile, South America. Well, I've just finished up a magnificent show with over about 300 people. Now guys, the time has come where I'm about to take a different path with education, which means that I want to be able to explore the opportunity to grow more people that want to teach around the world and share their knowledge and information on stages. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, I'm going to be taking you through some of the key details that have helped me stand in front of not only hundreds, but thousands of people, talking to people about the work that I do. So I'm going to share the information not only with myself, but my good friend Chris Foster, who's also been able to share his work and knowledge around the world on stages and on TV. So we're going to have all of the credentials put together in a precise course online where you can join me and Chris, and you can learn and study what it takes to get from standing behind the chair to then sharing your work around the world. So guys, if you're interested, follow on, read the information, and I'll see you on the course.
Honestly, well recommended. I think that's one of the best courses I've ever been on. Anything with Chris Foster is going to be good, but anything with Josh LaMonica as well is going to be even better. So amazing. Go and get your discount on that and level up your career today. So last bit of news we want to do. Sid Sottung, he has been nominated for the hairdressing and Beauty Awards, which is the social media hairdressing and beauty awards. So up for National Barber of the Year and Educator of the Year 2025. So I just wanted to give him a shout out. Go and run up his numbers, like this post, comment below while you're voting for the nominee, and that's how you can vote. And Sid's incredible, amazing work. You know, like obviously I've come through the Sid Sotting Academy as well, and now producing award-winning work. So you know it can be done, and again, Sid's wicked. You know, I've got nothing but love for Sid. So let's move on now. We're going to get to a little bit of hair anatomy. And basically, I seen a post from the London School of Barbering the other day, and I thought, you know what, it's interesting because I think, you know, a lot of barbers, they don't really go through the MVQ level or the apprenticeship, so they don't really get to understand the hair science behind it and the hair anatomy. So we're going to run over it. And I thought, you know, obviously coming from this shoot this weekend, it is interesting and it's pivotal to know what hair does, what hair is, how hair works, how it grows, the different types of hair, and the different ways you can like style, create, do all of that sort of stuff. So I've wrote some notes down again, but we'll show you this post from the London School of Barbering, and then we will elaborate on it further. So the post is here. I actually like what they've been doing because they've been putting out like a lot of education stuff recently, so I like that. So we've got different parts of the hair, the anatomy of the hair. So you've got the hair shaft, the hair root, right? The hair follicle, the hair bulb. You've got the epidermis skin, which is skin. You've got the dermis, the melanocyte, the hair matrix, and the dermal hair papilla. So they're the different bits of the hair, and that's what the hair is made up of. It's like the structure of the hair. So at the London School of Barbering, we believe that mastering the art of barbering goes beyond the perfecting your fades and trims. Understanding the anatomy of hair, scalp, and everything in between is just crucial for delivering exceptional results and maintaining your client's hair health. Yes, 100%. Here's a detailed diagram breaking down the anatomy of the hair from the hair shaft to the follicle dermal papilla. Every element plays a role in health, strength, and texture of the hair. So why does this matter? So better consultations, knowing the structure of the hair and the scalp helps you tailor advice on products and treatments. Prevent damage, understanding the hair's biology ensures you cut, treat, and style in care, avoiding unnecessary breakage. Grow your expertise so clients trust barbers who can offer advice that goes deeper than the surface level styling. That's one way to really retain your clients, is give them something extra. So understanding the knowledge and science behind the hair really, really goes a long way. So whether you're starting your journey off or refining your craft, the science behind is the art, is the key to becoming a true professional. Now that was a great post from the London School of Barbering, and it really breaks it down quite well. So I'm just gonna like elaborate a little further on the autonomy of hair and what it's made up of, and you know, like different types of hair and stuff like that. So hair is made up of three main parts. So you've got the hair shaft, the cuticle. The hair is made up of three main parts, each serving a specific function. So you've got the hair shaft, you've got the bulb, and then you've got the hair follicle. So the hair shaft, this is a visible part of the hair, so that's everything you can see like sticking out of the head. So this sticks above the skin and is made up of like three layers. So you've got the cuticle, the cortex, and the medulla. So the cuticle is the outermost layer. So that's acting like a protective scale, as a healthy cuticle means shiny, smooth hair. So you've got the cortex, which is the middle layer. So this is responsible for hair strength and the elasticity, so with colour, where pigment lives. And then you've got the medulla, which is the innermost core. So which isn't always present in finer hair, it provides structure. You've got the hair root. So the hair root found beneath the scalp this is where the hair grows. So the root is housed within the follicle, and this includes the bulb, the rounded base of the follicle where growth begins. So the dermal papilla supplies nutrients and oxygen to growing hair, via the blood vessels. So the sebaceous glands produces sebum, which is natural oil, and this keeps it moisturized and protected. Now you've got the hair follicle. So this is the tunnel-like structure, which is the scalp that anchors the root. It determines the angle and direction of the hair growth. So I'm just going to go over all of that again, just in a brief synopsis. So this is the autonomy of hair. So you've got the hair shaft, and the hair shaft is made up of three parts, which is the cuticle, 4 parts: the cuticle, the cortex, and the medulla. Sorry, 3. So you've got the hair shaft made up of 3 parts: the cuticle, the cortex, and the medulla. Then you've got the hair root, and that can be found beneath the scalp. So the bulb is the rounded base of the follicle where the growth of the hair begins. You've got sebaceous glands, which produces sebum, and that's natural oil to keep the hair moisturized and protected. So you know, when some people have like oily scalp, that's exactly what that is. And then the hair follicle, this is the tunnel-like structure in the scalp that anchors the root. So it determines the angular direction and the hair growth. So the hair follicle is like pivotal to the type of hair you have, and the way it grows out of the head. Sorry, I'm just looking at my dog, who is just sat on the sofa, licking the sofa in front of me. So the different types of hair. So hair can be categorized into structure, texture, and shape. So texture, fine, small in diameter, may lack in a medulla. So medium. So most common type is versatile for all styling, and then you've got coarse. So this is thick diameter, more resilient, but it can feel rough. So let's just go over that again, because that's really, really important. So hair can be categorized into texture, structure, and shape. So this is just for texture. So texture, you've got fine, medium, and coarse. You've got fine, so it's small in diameter, and it may lack a medulla. The medium is the most common type of hair that you will find, and it's versatile for styling. And then you've got coarse. So this is thick in diameter, more resilient, and it can feel rough. So now we're going to move on to the shape. So you've got straight, wavy, curly, or collie, shall we say. So straight is often smooth, reflects light, and is prone to oiliness. I often find that. So wavy, which is like a loose S shape. So it's versatile, but it may frizz. Curly, so it's defined curls, can be dry due to difficulty distributing the sebum, which is the natural oil. And then you've got collie, which is tight curls or a zigzag patterns, fragile and highly prone to breakage. So they're the different types of shapes you can have within the hair. So you've got straight, wavy, curly, and collie. So now we're going to move on to the structure of the hair. So you've got low porosity, medium porosity, and high porosity. And you asked me, what is porosity? So porosity is how it absorbs, how it feels and how it absorbs the moisture and deals with the moisture. So like a low porosity is a tight cuticle and it resists moisture. A medium porosity is balanced, so it absorbs and retains retention, so it's not too dry or too oily. And then high porosity is overly open cuticle and absorbs and loses moisture quite quickly. Yeah, I hope you guys have all understood that. So that is the structure, which is low porosity, medium porosity, and high porosity. So I've done some addition. So that's basically covered like the whole anatomy of the hair within a couple minutes. But now I'm going to do some additional notes for beginner stylists and, you know, like experienced one as well. Because going back to your roots, excuse the pun, is really pivotal when you are trying to take that next step up in your career. So additional notes for stylists or barbers. So there's hair growth cycles, which is anagen, catagen, telogen. Now these are different. This is like a different growth cycle. So the anagen growth phase, it lasts 2 for 7 years. So this determines hair length. So you've got catagen, which is a transition phase. So follicle shrinks, hair stops growing. The telogen, which is resting phase, hair sheds naturally, new growth starts. That's really, really key and pivotal to understanding your client, especially when they're suffering with going through the different seasons and stuff like that, different periods of their hair growth phases. So we're going to go on the hair growth cycle again. We've got anagen, catagen, and telogen. So anagen, it lasts 2 to 7 years and it determines the hair length. You've got catagen, which is the transition phase. This is where the follicle shrinks and hair stops growing. And then you've got telogen, which is the resting phase. This is where the hair sheds naturally and new growth starts. Understanding that is really beneficial to giving your clients the best service and the best understanding of their own hair going forward when treating it at home. So elasticity and strength. So healthy hair stretches when wet and returns to its shape when dry. Elasticity is key indicator in the hair strength. So healthy hair stretches when it's wet and returns to its shape when dry. Elasticity is a key indicator in hair strength. So common hair concerns, you have breakage and dryness. This is common between a lot of clients, whether you be male or female, and this can occur when you overwork your hair or not look after your hair. So common hair concerns, breakage caused by weak cuticles or over manipulation, and you've got dryness linked to low sebum production or high porosity. By understanding these basics, both beginners and experienced stylists can provide better care, tailored treatment, and enhance their skills. So I hope that's really gave you an insight into the autonomy of hair. When I was going back and doing my research on this, it's always good to sharpen up on your knowledge so you guys can have a better understanding of hair. Right, so that's pretty much it for the Pro Tools 101 today. And we're going to now go to our couple of questions that we got asked last week. And I need to cover these because I said I would. So this is the first question I got asked to cover. So going back to what you said about how to use the Wild Legend on certain hair, would be interesting if you could elaborate more on the purpose of the extended lever. So on the Wild Legend is the only wild clipper that has the extended lever. Now the extended lever is when it opens up to a true 0.75. So every other clipper, professional clipper, like the Wild Senior, the Wild Magic Clip, I'm not even sure what other ones they do. They're the only ones I really know off the top of my head that are used in mass around the country. So let's just say the Wild Senior and the Wild Magic Clip. They both open up to a 0.5, and the Legend opens up to a 0.75. So what this does is it gives you better, it gives you a better and more fluid fade between the levels of the hair. So you could fade a 0.5 into a 1, but in between that you've got a 0.75. But if you put on a 0.5 guard and open up your clipper a little bit, you should be able to bridge the gap between the 0.5 and the 1, but it's never as clean as when you've got like a blade that does that organically. So basically, it's a really good option to have within your clipper set. I have it for specifically that purpose only. So basically, I would use the Legend for a specific point within the hair, and then I wouldn't use it any further. Because the blades are really, really fine tooth, it's really fine tooth blade. If you use it at the wrong point, you know, if you're trying to debulk with it, clipper over comb with it, it may pull, and it may cause like pulling of the hair or like, you know, crunching of the hair. So you really have to understand the blade that's on the Legend, and you really have to understand what the blade does. but it opens up to a 0.75, which I really think is such a handy tool to have within your clipper set. Because you know what hair's like, sometimes it really struggles to just get them out them finer details. And what you can do is go up and down within the levels just to really pick out them dark spots within your fade. So again, I'm not saying to go out and buy a Legend, but there are other clippers on the market that do allow you to do this. But my preferred model is the Wild Legend. And I've been using it for many years now, and it's really served a purpose where I've needed it. So I hope that's elaborated further for you and explained it a little bit more about why I use a Wild Legend and what it is used for. So number 2, you mentioned Bitcoin last week. Do you feel it will be used as payment in shops? So today is the 20th of January and it's the inauguration of Donald Trump within America. Now, he is a pro-crypto president and pro-Bitcoin. And whatever tends to happen in America tends to follow it, find its feet within the UK not long after. So what I would say is yes, Bitcoin is going to be a pivotal part of your payment system over the next few years. I really believe in cryptocurrency myself. Sorry, I know the phone's going again. I believe in cryptocurrency myself, and I think going forward, Bitcoin is really going to have a place within the payment system in the UK, and that's just basically what it's going to happen. You can go to high street shops, and a lot of these shops already have payments set up where you can go and pay with your cryptocurrency. Bitcoin tends to be the one that you can go and do it with, but yeah, you can go and actually pay in many, many big shops in the UK with Bitcoin already. They just don't advertise it as of yet. So number 3, are you ever nervous your customer does not like his haircut, and what advice can you give to someone who has experienced this? So thankfully, my clients are like a closed book. So I know that my client likes my hair, or I don't want to ever get complacent, but thankfully I don't have to deal with clients not liking my haircut anymore, because the clients that are in my book have been with me for many, many years, and if they're unhappy, they'll just let me know, and they'll either go somewhere else, or they'll just tell me, look, I want to change my style up. So thankfully I'm not nervous anymore, but there's definitely a time in my life where you take on new clients, you have a new client walk through the door, you try your best, and you are nervous to see their reaction. And whether it's the lack of your skill, your lack of communication, the misunderstanding between you and the client, there's many factors that lead to the client not liking his haircut. But so I've definitely been there, but the only advice I could give for you is tell them, talk to them. If you've made a mistake, you can literally tell them, look, this has happened. What do you think? What do you want to do about it? I wouldn't shy away from it or hide. We're only human at the end of the day. You know, these things happen. And if you have a good consultation, I'm talking 10, 15 minutes, rather than just sitting them down in the seat going, what do you want to fade? Or what do you want short? If you have a good consultation with them, 10, 15 minutes, that tends to take out a lot of the miscommunication and the misunderstanding between the haircut, and you guys can really come to an idea before you've even started the haircut, so you both know where you're at. I talk to my client the whole way through the haircut, whether it be a new client or a regular client, and I'm asking them, is this looking short enough? Does this look long enough? Do you want a little bit more off? One thing I would always say is, if the client is unsure about how much to take off, always take off less than they say, and then take it. You can always take more off, but you can't stick it back on. So just keep going, push through. You will have clients that don't like your hair. Like, it's just natural. Not everybody's going to like it, no matter how good you are. And that is just it. You can't please everybody. So be confident. Try to get better. Try to educate yourself if you feel like your skill set is not up to scratch, but be confident, talk to your client, consultation is key, and I think that's the road to success. So guys, it's been a quick one today. I'm glad I actually put something out. Remember, in 2025, if you're going to go buy some stuff, you know, new clippers, new tools, new equipment, anything like that, make sure you hit my Barber Blades link or my discount code in the description, because you can get yourself 10% off any products from Barber Blades. I am going to get some rest this week, and I will see you all again next Monday for a new updated show. And yeah, have a blessed week. Hope you're all busy, and I'll catch you all then.